Last days for the Supreme Court session.
The public does not respect the court.
What decisions are being made in Washington? A convention for reporters.
Stories that could have social impact that could provoke change.
Where all journalists meet once a year to learn from each other. Argentina's soccer team might have a new training facility in South Florida.
It just started developing throughout the years that now this is going on.
But at what cost? And a windy vacation. Where is the one place you wouldn't want to experience a storm? These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Kelly Sanchez.
I'm Halwa Ezel. Today is Tuesday, June 27th, 2023.
Live from the Lee Caplin School of Journalism and Media in North Miami, this is Caplin News.
Verdict watch as the fate of former MSD school resource officer Scott Peterson is now in the hands of the jurors. This morning, jury deliberations are currently underway in the trial of Scott Peterson.
Peterson was on duty during the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas mass shooting in 2018. Jurors heard closing arguments yesterday, where prosecutors said Peterson took cover for more than 45 minutes while the gunman was inside the school.
I will not stand here today and tell Scott Peterson what his priority of life needed to be on that day. That's not for me to determine. But what I can say, and what was expected, was for Scott Peterson to value the lives of those children as much as he clearly valued his own.
Peterson faces 11 charges, including perjury and multiple counts of felony child neglect. If the jury finds him guilty, he faces life in prison.
This morning in Texas, Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign continues. At an event in Eagle Pass, Texas, the Florida governor tackled critical topics for the upcoming 2024 presidential election, most notably regarding the topic of border security. DeSantis said that if he were elected president, he would seek to end birthright citizenship in the United States, also known as the 14th Amendment.
An arraignment in South Florida set for this morning in the case against a former Trump aide. Walt Nauta is scheduled to be arraigned after appearing alongside former President Trump at the downtown Miami federal courthouse earlier this month. Prosecutors allege the former Trump aide helped move boxes filled with classified material and lied to the FBI during an interview in 2022. Just yesterday, CNN aired exclusive audio appearing to show the former president sharing documents he knew to be classified.
We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to figure out a
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so, here I have, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe you.
Meanwhile, the judge overseeing Trump's court case regarding the classified documents has set the next hearing date. His pretrial hearing is now set for July 14th in Fort Pierce. The decision came after the judge denied a motion from the government to shield a list of more than 80 potential witnesses from public view.
The Supreme Court is entering its final week of the term. Caplin News' Samuel Lahrael is in D.C. this morning with more on the justices, who are set to release decisions on the total of 10 cases.
The Supreme Court has always had a certain element that has been political. It's just that right now it's extremely exaggerated.
The Supreme Court is regarded as the highest authority in the U.S. legal system, but after the 2022 Dobbs decision ended the constitutional right to abortion, the public has grown increasingly skeptical about the objectivity of the court, leading to what some experts call a legitimacy crisis. According to the latest Gallup poll, performed late last year, more than 50% of the American public disapprove of the decisions taken by the Supreme Court. For Caroline Fredrickson, professor of constitutional law in Georgetown University, these high rates of disapproval can be traced back to an increasing ideologically charged decisions that steer away from precedent and legal reasoning.
But the public does not respect the court, not because of the outcomes of the rulings necessarily, but because the rulings seem driven by politics and not by legal reasoning.
The court is still to decide on 3 controversial cases before the end of the sitting term this week, and according to Fredrickson, this could be a turning point for the institution, since there is a growing demand for stricter codes of ethics in the court.
It's simply itself act responsibly, adopt a code of conduct, the way codes of conduct have been imposed on other courts in the federal system.
Supreme Court rulings on affirmative action, LGBTQ rights, and student loan forgiveness are expected to be released by the end of the month. For Caplin News, Samuel Arreal.
5 teens were found dead Monday morning in Fort Myers. Caplin's Jennifer Rivas has more of the details about the tragic situation.
Deadly crash in Fort Myers where a group of teenagers who work at the same steakhouse were killed on Sunday night. According to Fort Myers police on Monday morning, the 5 teens were found in a car submerged in a lake near Tall Gulf Way after their shift at Texas Roadhouse ended. 3 men and 2 women between the ages of 18 and 19 were found dead in the black Kia sedan after the car was pulled out of the lake next to the Interstate 75 on Monday morning.
Is any of the occupants alive? No.
4 of the teens were identified as Amanda Ferguson, Eric Coles, Brianna Coleman, and Jackson Eyre. The 5th person has not yet been identified, according to police.
We just finished up the notifications of the 5 families. There were some employees from the Texas Roadhouse.
The restaurant Texas Roadhouse, half of mile from where the incident happened, confirmed that 4 employees died and plan to have a memorial in the incoming days. Family, friends, and co-workers arrived with flowers and memories for the 4 teens who had worked over a year at the restaurant. That Texas Roadhouse location posted on Facebook around noon that they would close for the rest of the day for an employee-related issue. A spokesperson from the Texas Roadhouse described the loss of the teenagers.
They've grown up with us. They recently graduated high school with us, and just a huge part of our family and a chunk of our hearts missing.
Investigators working on what could have happened. More information coming up.
A passenger aboard a cruise ship out of Florida port caught the moment a storm hit the ship on camera. They recorded the video on June 16th on Royal Caribbean's Independence of the Seas at Port Canaveral. The National Weather Service had issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the area when the video was first shot. The wind blew around furniture, and crew members acted quickly to help passengers, especially children. Nevertheless, the ship set sail later that day.
Every year, reporters and journalists from all over the country meet up for the Investigative Reporters and Editors Convention. Caplin's Paloma Pimentel was there in Orlando with more on the event.
Welcome to an inside look to the IRE 2023 conference in Orlando, Florida, where reporters and editors have come from all over the nation to learn, network with industry leaders in the field of journalism. The Investigative Reporters and Editors yearly conference occurred at the heart of the bustling city of Orlando in the Renaissance Resorts and SeaWorld. Conference goers were eager to explore these halls and advance their journalism careers by attending hourly meetings that offered in-depth skills and insight to do so. There were panel discussions for every subject matter in the journalism world, orchestrated by leading journalists in their field. We spoke to a Pulitzer Prize-winning investigative journalist who works at ProPublica for inspiration and insights into the career.
ProPublica has a mandate to try to find not just news, but information stories that could have social impact that can provoke change. So those kind of stories are harder to get. It's a higher bar, it's a higher threshold. It's not just, ooh, isn't that interesting? But it's like, ooh, that's a problem that we need to care about that might need to get changed.
The IRE conference invites everyone to mingle and master their craft among like-minded people who will remember their work for years to come. The IRE conference was a tremendous success where reporters and editors gained valuable wisdom and opportunities to take into their careers. I am Paloma Pimentel from the Caplin News, signing off.
Celebrations is in the streets as college baseball has a new champion.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
A world-class soccer and athletic facility here at North Bay Village.
A growing list of new opportunities for soccer fans in South Florida. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible, she must be a keeper.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Every day,
millions of people are connecting.
And even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together,
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
It's time we take a step forward.
It's time we take a step forward. Come together
and discover
how accepting our differences can make us stronger.
Soccer culture in South Florida faces major changes, but what does that mean for the rest of the community? North Bay Village has plans to make a brand new training facility for the Argentina national men's soccer team, but that would mean the residents there would face some changes.
Caplin's Tanya Jimenez was there with more on the story.
Treasure Island Elementary will be the epicenter for a massive renovation project in partnership with the Argentine Football Association, where they will create amenities, including a training ground for the Argentinian national soccer team. The Argentine Football Association won a bidding process to partner with North Bay Village on the redevelopment of the North Bay Village Public Works lot on Galleon Street. A town hall meeting was held this past weekend at Treasure Island Elementary to discuss the project with residents and parents. They were able to learn more about the project, take a tour of the property, ask questions, and voice any concerns.
It's very exciting for us. It started off small with just a walkthrough around the school. How do we beautify the school? How do we get the field for the kids going? And then it just started developing throughout the years that now this is going on.
As you can see behind me, this is the space that could potentially become an 11-by-11 soccer pitch where Argentina would hold their training grounds.
A transformational partnership between North Bay Village, the Miami-Dade County School Board, and the Argentine Football Association to create a world-class soccer and athletic facility here at North Bay Village.
If approved by the Miami-Dade Public School Board, the project would include 5 state-of-the-art illuminated multi-purpose fields, a perimeter exercise path for residents of all ages and abilities, a plug-and-play after-school program for Treasure Island Elementary School students, and recreational programming run by AFA sports professionals. While nothing is set in stone yet, the North Bay Village commissioners are pursuing the project. For Caplin News, I'm Tanya Jimenez.
The LSU Tigers won the NCAA Baseball National Championship Monday in convincing fashion. The Tigers defeated the Florida Gators by a score of 18-4 in Game 3 of the Men's College World Series. It's the Tigers' 7th national championship in baseball and first championship win since 2009. You're watching Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
are a lot of ways to reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Bill is a family man. He invests his money wisely and provides a good life for his children. Just one problem. He often opens emails from senders he doesn't know, and his computer is not password protected. One day, Bill checked his bank account and 94% of malware attacks originate from emails. Don't be like Bill. Take your cybersecurity seriously.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Hawa Ezel.
I'm Kelly Sanchez. Get more news anytime at caplinnews.fiu.edu.